What's up guys, Jason here, and thanks for watching this episode of Terminal Effects. Now, the Street Fighter crossover series is nothing new, but this time the World Warriors may have picked a fight with a franchise that has the muscle to hit back pretty hard. Here's our review of Street Fighter X Tekken. Without a doubt, Street Fighter is one of those feel-good franchises that both stays current and takes us back to a time when an arcade cabinet sat in the back of every convenience store and movie theater in America. And of course, Tekken's influence is not to be overlooked, as it reigned supreme during those years when Street Fighter was kind of a has-been at the arcade scene. Yeah, that's right, I'm looking at you, Street Fighter 3. So now, how do these classic franchises mash up? Well, the gameplay, as you'd expect, is fast-paced and combo-driven. You can definitely tell that we've gotten away from the days of Street Fighter 2 when fireballs and dragon punches were the most feared moves around. Now, boost combos and cross rushes that allow your tag partner to jump in are at the core of the fighting mechanic. And the tag system is back, which makes sense as both Tekken and the Street Fighter Vs series of the late 90s were big on this feature. Now, although the chain combos can be picked up with practice, I found myself falling back on many of the old standards from the arcade days, and thank goodness for me, most still work. And if you really get stuck, there is a quick combo system that, with a button combination, allows you to pull off a few guaranteed hits. And if you really need to pull out a Hail Mary pass to win the round, the new Pandora mode will give you a quick boost in power at the expense of your tag partner. But you better get the match over quick, because if the time runs out, you're toast. The arcade mode gives us a story to delve into, but my only complaint regarding the Street Fighter series is that it has a habit of spoon-feeding us bits and pieces of information at a time, often pulling obscure plot points from the comics or anime movies, and then it's up to us to sort it all out. Now, I'm a Street Fighter fan, but not to the point where I know all the backstories inside and out. The game should stand on their own. A well-written story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. The problem is that some aspects of this game, I feel like I'm watching a movie right in the middle and I'm kinda lost. A good example of this is later in the arcade mode when you face off against your supposed rival team. No explanation is given as to why, and frankly, the fight doesn't seem any more significant than the rest. Now, I'm sure there's someone pounding away at their keyboard right now, sending me a message about what a dumb f*** I am for not knowing all the intricate backstories. But hey, like I said, I'm not that much of a fan. I expect the game to bring me up to speed, as this is the first in the series. My point is, I shouldn't have to do a book report before heading down to the game store, that's all. And by the way, white text on a black background as an end screen? What, did they forget that part and just slap this together at the last minute? Come on guys, we are not on the NES anymore. The graphics are the same stylized presentation as Street Fighter 4, so if you like that, I'm sure you'll love this. The colors are bright, vibrant, and of course, who doesn't love pulling off those classic super art finishes to end the match? And if that wasn't cool enough, you can even one-up yourself with a cross art by combining the finishes of both players that will end the match in such an epic way that even your opponent will have to put down his controller to give you a standing O.
This is Sucks.
Also, the attention to detail doesn't just stop with the graphics, but is visible in much of the stage design, as some are even multi-tiered and others feature fun little references like Mecha Zangief and Sodom, for example. The sound is in your face as always. Each character's move is unique, and the sound design really makes you feel the impact. Capcom also made some good musical choices for most of the stages. I say most because this one about drove me crazy. They even have a neat little feature that allows all the characters to be dubbed in English, giving you a chance to finally understand all the smack talk. Although in some instances, it is better in principle than in practice, as some of the replacement voices didn't do the characters any favors. My franchise favorite, Akuma, is a good example, as he went from sounding like a total badass to, well, this.
Look upon your annihilation and tremble!
Yeah, it's in English, but not exactly an improvement. By any fighting fan's definition, the roster is robust to say the least. 19 playable characters from each franchise for a total of 38 gives you plenty of options in creating your dream team. Many of the familiar challenges, such as trial and mission modes, return, But one thing you gotta say about Street Fighter is that they give you less and less reason to go out and buy those expensive game guides these days. The tutorial mode not only breaks down the entire fighting engine, but you're equipped with a command list that tells you every special move, super art, and you can even learn many of the more complicated combos by playing through the training modes, so that's definitely a plus. Not to mention that customization in gaming is always a welcomed addition, and in fact, I tend to spend more time tinkering with customizing my character than I actually do using them in the game. Here, they give you a wide variety of options, but by far the coolest is the custom color setup, where you can change everything from skin, hair, and even costumes. Now, although it is a good start, it is a bit limited, and you're not going to find a ton of features as you would in some of the more expansive create a character modes in other games. The customized menu also gives you access to selecting which gems your fighter can use. Yes, that's right, there is a new power-up system in Street Fighter X Tekken that will allow you a wide variety of upgrades during the fight. They basically break down into two categories: a boost gem, which gives you additional damage, blocking power, and even increased speed, but the second is what I imagine will be the most used, which is the assist gems, also known as the let the computer do it for me option. These will come in handy for those folks not wanting to memorize those pesky button combinations for your super art moves, and in some cases can even block for you automatically. Although there is no actual block button, you just hold backwards. And let's face it, if you still haven't got the hang of that after 20 years of Street Fighter, you'd have a better chance at selling your console and taking up real street fighting. And finally, we touch on what could be the most important aspect of any modern fighting game: its online features. Now, of course, there are some lag issues with the online play, which I find to be common in a lot of fighting games at launch, so let's just hope a patch will resolve this issue, because as of right now, it definitely needs a fixing. Most people would say the mark of a good game is the ability for non-fans to pick it up and enjoy it even if they're not familiar with the previous games. Street Fighter X Tekken has just about everything that both hardcore franchise followers and casual fighting fans will enjoy. So we're giving this fireball-infused slugfest a solid 4 out of 5. And if you enjoyed the crossover, it doesn't stop there. Tekken Cross Street Fighter is in the works, which will be the next installment in the franchise, and focus on more of the 3D fighting style from the original Tekken series. But that's it for us today. Thanks for watching. I'm Jason Messer, and be sure to get your news and reviews by subscribing to the channel and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.